Often the modern benefits of civilization are made not just for people's comfort, but also cause irreparable damage to nature. In just the last 10 years, more plastic has been made than in the previous century. One-time use dishes, bags, packaging, bottles, and various containers are the most common types of plastic waste that we produce every day. Only 5% of this waste in the end is recycled and used again in daily life. The rest of the trash is a real threat to all life on the planet. Tinay Panpalia is a 26-year-old accountant from Nagpur, loves photography, and his photos have recently become very popular. They've spread all over the world and become a symbol for defending the environment. This story happened in a forest close to the Indian city of Nagpur. Friends who came to see that nature found a place that horrified them. Tinay and his friends were enjoying themselves, taking pictures of birds and trees. He aimed his camera at part of the forest and couldn't at first believe his eyes. But he saw something strange. He knew that there were predators and wild animals in that area and was ready to meet them. But what he saw shocked him to the core. A paper-thin wolf who looked like a skeleton was there. It was so thin you could count the bones through its skin. Its fur was tangled and falling out in clumps in some places. It seemed to be begging for help and mercy. It was an Indian wolf, which are under threat of going extinct, and its head was stuck in a plastic container. It seems that it tried to get some food out of the container, but its head got stuck. Over time, due to lack of food and water, its body kept getting thinner and weaker. Tinay Panpalia said it was a plastic container that is often used to store food. The villagers throw them out wherever they want, which causes these wild animals to suffer. He couldn't help the wolf on his own, so he called the forestry department. They watched the wolf for 2 hours until the department workers arrived to make sure he didn't go anywhere. But what happened next was no less surprising. Tinay and his friends noticed a pack of wolves, about 8 members. At the time, they were not far off watching them. They watched the people. The people watched the pack. Tinay said it was an unspeakable miracle. It seemed we were studying them and they us. And when the pack understood that we wouldn't harm them, a few wolves broke off, and the wolf who was stuck in the plastic came first. The thin animal timidly and slowly approached us, and the rest stood to the side, watching after their packmate who was in this horrible situation. That's when the rescuers came. The wolf was already comfortable among people and seemed to clearly understand that this was his last chance of being saved. The specialists who arrived tied the weak wolf's paws together, and after some time freed it from its plastic prison. But that wasn't all. Because of the stress and the lack of oxygen, the wolf's body temperature was too high, so they had to pour water on him to try and help. All this time he just laid there, watching the people attentively. After 30 minutes, the Indian wolf gathered its strength, got up and went where his pack was hidden. It didn't even take a picture to remember, but he seemed to look back at us from the trees as a way to say thank you to his rescuers. My friends were very happy that our normal hike turned into a rescue mission and saved that wolf from an unavoidable death. And if it wasn't for them, plastic would have taken another life. Every day, travelers, researchers, and photographers see for themselves the destructive actions of one-time plastic items, and the situation is getting worse and worse. The large Pacific Ocean trash stain is an example of the huge amount of trash in the ocean. It's so big that it's 3 times the size of Spain and Portugal combined. Marine life can die by trying to eat plastic as food. But birds and land animals die from it as well. Experts talk about the long-term effects of plastic that affect everything, including microscopic organisms that end up in our food chain and destroy our bodies. We are calling on you to minimize your plastic use. Click the like button and we'll see you next time. Click the like button and we'll see you next time.